In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I collect my box turtle eggs, how she makes her nest, and quickly go over some incubation for them. So she's excavating her nest. This is actually her second attempt. Last night, she was trying to make a nest, and another female actually swooped in and stole the nest, so she abandoned it. I really don't intervene in most cases unless I feel that females are getting stressed, but it is not unusual for a female to dig test holes anyway. So when the other female came in and kind of stole that nest, I wasn't concerned because I know that this female is a robust female and she would just lay either later that night or tonight. So there's a photo showing that blue one just snuck in there and stole her nest and laid 3 eggs. So she picked a new spot tonight, and it is quite compacted ground. She sloped up, which the box turtles like. This is the Gulf Coast box turtle, which is the largest of the North American species. And you'll see with her hind legs, she does a really good job at making a hole that would be perfectly sized for her to deposit her eggs. After she's done laying, she'll kind of brush the substrate back over top the eggs and compact it really well. You'll see in a few seconds here that when she's done laying, it's actually quite difficult to even tell that she did lay. So the hole's right there. She's just about to lay here, and I had just went to shower and I missed the laying process, unfortunately. But this was just before she would have been laying, I imagine. The hole's pretty much perfect there. Still no eggs at this point. I was giving her a little bit more time. I didn't want to stress her out, and I figured that she was going to dig a little bit more, so I thought I had time to shower, come back, and kind of take a video of her laying. But when I came back, that's what the hole looked like. So she did a really, really good job at just completely burying it, and I let her finish burying it before I move her. I don't want to stress her out, so I waited about 20 or 30 more minutes from here before she left the nest, and then she started looking for food, and then I knew it was a good time to kind of dig it up and see how many eggs she laid. She's a big female, so we were expecting a decent-sized nest. When I went back to collect them, this female decided it was also nesting time, and I was going to try getting that on camera, but she did abandon that nest. There's a root underneath there. I didn't think that was going to be a good spot for her, but you never really know. And then I started digging around, and I kind of realized I kind of forgot where she laid. So I ended up excavating way too big of a hole. I should have just looked back on the videos and identified better where she was, but that's okay. When you're digging it up, be super careful. You don't want to break any eggs. They're quite delicate when they're first laid. And sometimes when I'm digging, I come across nests that I might have missed. So I'm always very, very careful when I'm digging them up. So that's the big hole that we ended up digging. And then, sorry for the bad angles here. I'm filming with one hand while trying to dig. But those are the eggs. They're quite large. The Gulf Coast, again, is the largest of the North Americans. That tray I'm using, I initially wanted to incubate with it, but I don't like it. So now I just use it as kind of a collection tray. I bring it out to the outdoor pens when I'm collecting eggs, and bring it inside and then transfer them in. That's the only purpose I really use for it. Some of my good friends who breed box turtles really like these trays. I'm just not a fan. So everyone has their own opinions when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I am trying new things with incubation right now. So I wanted to try it, and like I said, it just didn't work. So I get my container, I fill it with a 1-to-1 ratio of vermiculite and perlite to water, and then I just put the eggs in, and then I'll kind of brush the substrate against it so that they're kind of covered, because dents like that, the higher humidity and water content will fill it in. Those dents when they're first laid are no big deal, relatively common in the box turtles, and they'll fill in. And then over the next couple of days, we just watch for chalking, and then I'll candle them in, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks to check for veins and development. And who knows, maybe I'll do a video to kind of show you guys what a fertile versus infertile box turtle egg looks like and go over some of the development phases of the box turtle eggs. Thank you.